but I guess we'll see.
Yeah, I did see a little bit of his past dark self come out a little bit in prior sets, but
Yeah,
but yeah, I imagine he'll probably make some necessary adjustments. Again, I mean, the cool thing about these kind of brackets is you get some newer players, but most importantly, ones that probably haven't played each other before, and it's cool to see these kind of players make the adjustments on the fly.
yeah. I've never heard of Deetlefry. I don't know if you have, but he seems to be doing well with pretty fast flow canceling.
Yeah, Deetlefry has been somewhat frequently in net clubs as of late. He tends to be a higher octane in play and definitely has uh, pretty fast technical ability and a nice ability to also cover space with full cancel aerials, but can be a little tricky to do versus Marth.
Mhm. Let's see here. I like his tag too. I just saw Steven do Moburu, excuse me, a fair from a little bit too close, which is actually just punishable on hit, unfortunately. So hopefully he can fix that and adjust that during the course of this game and get some tippers instead, or else he's going to be trading a lot in an unfavorable way.
Yeah, Peach definitely capitalizing trades as well.
Okay. Well, sussy DI, okay, goes for the down tilt down air. Not sure if that works there actually. I don't think it does.
Yeah, I don't
Um,
think that the deck. I don't think the deck really works well on March recovery.
let's see.
I
Okay.
know that Dealfy was going for that. Not quite the same as going for that against, let's say like Space Eater Falcon.
Yeah. Okay. Deetlefry tricky with the up B, able to sneak underneath Marth's fair, and resorting back to this turnip game. I think that's like an Armada classic, right? That's sort of
Yeah,
what he says is sort of a necessity. Like it's all about turnips from start to finish. So
yeah, I'm very much in the Armada school. I think unless you're pulling turnips, I mean, Marth can kind of just wall you out naturally.
hmm
Uh, so I think the turnips definitely give Peach the extra dimension of making Marth overcommit.
yeah. Noticing too that Deetlefry is not super. I was just about to say not too down smash heavy,
Hmm.
but he just did two as I said that. So maybe he just is warming up his down smash button. But something that's really good about that is that it pokes Marth's shield, I think, with just one fair, unless Marth's shield the is down, and he hasn't tested Mobro to see if he does that yet, so curious
Yeah,
to see if that's something that he'll check first.
yeah, I'll be curious to see if he has that kind of character matchup knowledge that you just pointed out. But I think maybe in his mind, maybe he's like, well, maybe down smash wouldn't be as effective against Marth because you don't necessarily get the multi hits all the time.
Yeah, but good coverage there for the edge guard. Nice floating above the up air. Steven being really patient here with waiting out these turnips. I mean, it's not the end of the world if Peach gets one, but I would like to see him push a little bit, and when Peach pulls back to that corner, I'd like to see him push up with a down tilt or just sort of threaten that space. Ooh, and
Yeah,
bad air dodge there.
I think he's been doing a pretty decent job at that. Yeah, I mean the bad edge dodge there will even things up, but he's been pretty good about when Peach retreats and pulling turnips, kind of getting in her face with forward air. We did see a stock kind of just hit her with like 4 successive down tilts, so I think
Yeah.
staying pretty true to the game plan as well.
Yeah, and then five F smashes back to back with no movement at all. Wondering if this is like part of Steven's mental game here and like he wants to tilt deal fry. I don't think Steven's that kind of person, but I think it might end up having that effect. And he gets a tipper here to end the first game.
Yeah, I think also maybe just even threatening the option, right? Forward
Yeah,
smash. I think it's just such a bane thing to like, some of the like newer players,
yeah.
particularly, and I think it's definitely something that he'd like to threaten and keep in the back of Fly's mind.
I don't think we've seen Deetlefry shield the force smash into like a really fast float cancel in there. 'Cause that's definitely a true punish.
Yeah,
So no reason to really stop doing it until he sort of represents that he's able to punish it properly. Okay,
yeah.
ooh,
Right now, I
down
think
air.
Fly's been mainly focused on may have trapped them in a little bit of a little block of saying, "Oh, you gotta pull turnips in this matchup." I think
hmm
every time that Fly's attempted to do that, Mobru is cued to like kind of come in and get right in Peach's face and just kind of wall her. Like basically get into the range where like forward air just outranges whatever she needs to do, and whenever Deetlefry goes for a burst option, Oberon's been dashing.
Yeah. Forward air. Nice forward smash. Nice. CC's that Didn't get the strong hit of the downer, else I think you could have got tumble state and maybe a regrab, but as they're getting down smash instead. Pays off, nice and patient. Surprised? Okay, I was gonna say, surprised he's not pulling turnips here.
Yeah, that can be tricky for Marth to get off the edge in this spot when Peach is like really playing an onslaught turnips flying.
Yeah.
Also, just want to quickly mention that I do like the stage pick from Deetlefry. Obviously, I think recognizing that he needs a little bit more space to pull the turnips.
Yeah, and it saved him on that first stock already with that forward smash, so already paying dividends.
Also, the survivability for Peach cannot be overstated.
Yeah, Peach is a lot fatter than people give her credit for. Nice nair. I think that full help was probably a mistake, but good capitalization here. And that should be it. Just grab ledge. Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
So turn up.
It's interesting. This is the first time that I've seen Deetlefry go, at least in this matchup, with floating aerial to convert from the end.
It's also
he's been hanging around ledge a lot more.
And that too, just want to comment that's the second time that Deetlefry has done the nair float through shield, and Steven has shield grab twice. So hopefully he's able to pick up on the fact that you can actually shield grab that, because that's costing him a lot of these nice edge guards.
Yeah.
Nice back here though. Let's see.
It's so hard for Marth to cover the Peach recovery when there's the threat of going to time.
Nice. Really good shark there too. Reading that he'd come off the ledge on the side. Pulls a turnip again. I'm noticing too that Deetlefry really, I don't mind pulling the turnip with the invincibility because it is pretty much impossible to chase Marth. But he's really quick to get rid of that turnip. I think he could probably afford to hold it for a bit longer and choose a good spot to throw because it's not arbitrarily easy to grab turnips in this matchup.
Oh, you've seen that just before in the last game, so yeah, definitely agree.
Nice crouch cancel on the jab. Nice. Breaks the rhythm up with the forward there, with the dash attack. Goes around and corners himself. I think he might have actually just floated a little bit too far, maybe. But this is looking rough for Marth here. Yep. Okay. Counterpick stage works out.
Sorry, what were you saying?
No, it's a solid counterpick, just a clean 2-stock. I don't know if it's just an adaptation or the stage just played that much of an effect, but seems like pretty close. The first game I thought Steven was edging it out just basically interactions, but really fast adaptation from Deetlefry.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm Moburu, I think maybe Yoshi's might be the way to go. This is the contrast, but it's for FD. Maybe like a natural or esque pick, but I don't know if it makes a terrible difference in this matchup.
I mean, I don't know. We can ask can ask Willie P after this if Peach likes platforms, but I think in general you don't really want to be above Marth. So maybe capping top platform is not necessarily that important, but this does make the matchup a lot more straightforward, I think. And
I just think from Marth's perspective, Yoshi's doesn't give Peach a lot of survivability, and like we saw earlier, I think Moburu's been capitalizing a lot. Scouting out the turnip pulls and getting in Peach's face on that.
Yeah, just less room to breathe, definitely. Steven's doing a really good job of keeping him cornered. Okay, parasols out, so no air dodge.
I like that he doesn't necessarily commit to the down air. I think that's exactly what Deetlefry was trying to look for, and maybe wanted to drift back with the recovery, but instead just goes back to stage and forward smash just to keep the disadvantage.
Definitely. And that down air too is very tricky. He pulled the DI out to the right, so he landed behind Peach, which was really nice, and he sneaks that edge guard, so he's up 2 stocks now. And actually, doesn't pull a turn. The stage pick is actually
working out.
Yeah, it really is. These combos are lasting a very long time.
Oh, now he's catching the turnips. That's a key moment there.
That's a scary moment for Peach.
Yeah, when you have a Marth starting to catch your turnips, you're just like, okay, now there's a whole different dimension to it.
Yeah.
Now you gotta start recatching.
Or just throwing fewer. Okay, let's see.
Here's a bomb's live, frozen immediately, just like you said. Yeah, maybe you could potentially hold on to it a longer. I know it wasn't her being invincible, but it was off of a new stock situation. So
there are a lot of Peaches that actually will favor just throwing the bomb away. In that situation, when Peach is at 68 and Marth's at 0, it might honestly be too risky to hold it because you can get
Yeah,
hit, it can blow up in your hands and kill you, and it won't kill Marth. So that's just sort of a liability at that point.
true.
Nice, I like that jump. A little late on the downer, so he has to trade. This should be fine. I would like to see Deetlefry hold center stage a little bit more. You see the commitment from both these guys have this problem too, where they have someone on the corner and they're not willing to just sort of leash them backwards toward the center of the stage, and wait for someone to make some sort of commitment that you can react to and punish.
Yeah.
It would be great to see someone just back up and see like a commitment for like a short up fair or like a float cancel nair. Um, we'll see or see. Same thing, just sort of gives up center stage. They're going off stage for that. When I think in practice, you can just wait a little bit longer and sort
I
of
just
strike
noticed
with
that
each.
I just noticed that Deetlefry in neutral, his default has been doing a quick dash dance into one back and on the turn up. But they're just threatened dash dance, flow cancel there to try to catch Marth potentially coming. So that's I think also a pretty important that maybe Deetlefry is catching on to Moburu's mileage that he's getting off of turn throws. Even as I say that, even as he's losing the game, I think that's important mental note that Deetlefry has been taking.
Yeah, I agree with that. Although that DI was pretty suspicious. And once I
Yeah,
saw that, my brain turned off, and I was like, "Oh no."
holding back a little too much.
Yeah, that is one thing I've noticed with like even like high level players too. Is like the prioritization on what's important to learn and practice is like kind of skewed, right? Where like people will talk about like metagame and like winnable turnips and stuff, but like things like even just DIing forward air on Marth properly so you don't get tippered at 68 and die is probably
Yeah,
higher on the priority list.
probably definitely more key. I think a lot of the other stuff is high level concept and surviving.
Yeah, I like that walk back too from Moburu. Just waits out the fair, just a little late in the forward smash, but definitely a punishable situation for him. Um, Dealfry being patient back. I like this wait. Nice. Catches the arm of the forward smash with a down air. Haven't seen that before.
Just goes up there. Wow.
Yeah. I do think that that fair is reactable. If you're Peach and you're just sitting there, you can just sort of look for Marth to leave the ground and then air dodge.
Yeah.
And then the next layer there would be obviously just jumping and then not committing to it. But we haven't even seen the reaction from Deetlefry yet to avoid that fair.
Yeah. Like also maybe even like looking for it at higher percents, doing that dash attack like just did there,
Yeah.
the countermeasure.
Ooh, that was a beautiful dash dance to get around that forward tilt.
He's doing a lot more of them. He's starting to realize that maybe doing that starting to get him a little bit of mileage on Moburu.
Yeah. Moburu not the best historically with crouch canceling those dash attacks. Um, and also dash attack is a pretty good way for Peach to shark underneath those late fairs. It's only very good against Sheik, so I think it's a similar situation with Marth if they're not paying too much attention.
I mentioned earlier that the dare edge guard on Marth probably doesn't work with the hitbox, but Deal from doing even all 3 times. Been able to get that edge guard pretty cleanly.
Yeah, and still going for that dare edge guard. I think maybe if they go high and then you wait out the hitbox of that up B for Marth, you can probably sneak in a little bit of that down air into a nair. But he's going too early and it's causing it to trade out and giving Moburu a free recovery.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah, a little bit of an anti-forward smash coming
That
out
was
there.
really bad DI.
Yeah. Just like not a great sequence.
Okay, still a full stock up here, and just sort of chucks the turnip away. Basically gives up the advantage he has from that invincibility platform.
Really also slowing things down a little bit here. I think he really doesn't want to go to a game 5.
Yeah, he would like to end this here. Do you know how Deetlefry's nerves are? Does he get nervous game 5s?
I think particularly, I did just see him play. Well, I guess it was like a close game 4 situation, but I did see him play first becoming. I think he's pretty solid when it comes to nerves. I haven't seen him in game 4 situations, but
Yeah. And actually, looking at chat now, Will confirms that with the Dare Edge guard, you do have to wait for the hitbox to disappear before you sort of scoop them up with it. So just going a little bit early, it looks like. Let's see if these force match comes back out.
Yeah,
Yep.
just catches it coming out of the shield and then catches him coming up with a recovery. 2 really good forward smashes coming out there.
Up air's
Who
coming
knows?
out.
He might keep throwing them out. Like we mentioned earlier, it might be, just as a way to potentially tilt. And it's also really scary at this percent. You might let it fly. Which doesn't get too greedy with it.
One thing that Steven should probably be doing a little bit differently is I do like the dare at the ledge, because you can punish someone rolling in and you can punish jump, but he's not doing the second part where you wait for the jump here and yeah, exactly. So you down tilt and then you